About you, and you'll get to understand why I'm asking that question. For some of us, we'll probably think it's obvious, like it's a no-brainer. The numbers are not looking good, but you'll be surprised that some people are going to call in and actually have great numbers to share that their business, they were able to find a way. I mean, before the 100 days, we've had lots of conversations on this show. I've brought you financial experts, economic analysts who are able to give ideas on what you can do to weather the storm and every other thing that's come with the new or since the swearing in of the governor and the president. So we'd like to know how that's been going for you. What is it? You know, when you look at all of what, I mean, it's 100 days in office and we've had the president say so much, or rather the minister of information say that, oh, so much has been done by this administration in the last 100 days. We've also heard the governor, that's the River State governor, Similar Ifubara. We've also heard him say that it's been good as well, and so many plans ahead as well. So when you look at all of what they've said and look at your business and look at the numbers on that book, you know, your books, is it massing? Like, are the numbers looking good? Are you happy with your numbers? Because at the end of the day, it's all about figures. So we're going to talk figures today. Let's collate your thoughts and archive them, most importantly. Be specific when you call me. Give your numbers if you can. And yeah, you can drop your comments on X. That's former Twitter. You can drop your comments there as well at Nigeria Info PH, or on our WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. That's the number to call. The question is the current administration's first 100 days in office, is it boosting your numbers when it comes to your business or your company? Are your numbers boosted or are they busting? Okay, when it comes to the bottom line, when you removed all your running costs and when you've removed all your, you know, everything that you have to spend, and what's left, your net profit, is it a net loss or a net profit? I'd like to know. All right. And yeah, but first we'll delve into Market Watch. All right, so let's look at the markets. Like I always say on this particular segment, we look at all of the markets, every kind of market, and just to bring you insights and, of course, what's happening. And you've heard that COP28 unveiled $4.45 billion in investment for clean energy in Africa. Yes, the Sultan Al Jaber, COP28 president designate, he unveiled a groundbreaking $4.5 billion initiated from the United Arab Emirates, aimed at harnessing Africa's clean energy potential at a time that we are all thinking of alternatives, or rather, let me say, we have more people thinking of alternatives, and this amount of money is being pushed into clean energy. Perhaps we could also start thinking of how to, especially for businesses, to, you know, reduce your running costs. See how you can key into this idea of clean energy and its potential. And here's an interesting one here, where the acting central bank, that's CBN governor, Mr. Fola Shonuibu, has disclosed that the Apex Bank is working with commercial banks to clear the unsettled forex exchange backlog in the next 2 weeks. Now, we've always had a lot of forex conversations here on the platform, and we know that the CBN also plans to enhance the availability and accessibility of forex in the Nigerian financial market. Of course, you know that the forex liquidity issue has been on for a while. You know that forex liquidity has to do with, how easy it is to get the country's currency, whether it's to buy or to sell, and it hasn't actually been great. There's been a lot of forex scarcity, and so now the CBN says we're going to sort all of that out soon. So basically, liquidity has been low for a while, and it's been difficult doing business, including importing petrol. And that's where we had the situation of, the looming petrol scarcity. I think we even had some sort of queue resurface in Lagos as of last week. And I hope that's over. I really hope. Because the CBN is assuring not just those in that particular sector, but also the general public, that it will take measures to ensure that there is a more ample supply of forex available in the coming days. I mean, improving forex liquidity often is seen as a way to stabilize exchange rates. I mean, support economic growth and boost investor confidence. And so it needs to be fixed, and it's one that I really look forward to, because it brings a lot of what the discussions we're going to be having in coming days. It brings it all together. And the CBN also plans to clamp down on firms involved in illegal forex deals. I mean, this has been on for a while now. The question is, how come it's been difficult? How come it continues to prove difficult to to take care of this, all of the sharp practices within the forex market? And, actually, in this particular story, there's actually a very particular company that's been mentioned, and then they've said, we're coming for you. They said that company, we're coming for you. And I don't know where that leaves you, if you are involved in that, or if you buy from them because you're hoping for a cheaper forex. Not good. So use the right means, go to the banks to ask for your forex, and avoid the sharp practices within that sector, because the CBN is coming for you. We're going to go on a short break now. When we return, we'll look at the insider tips, where I'm asking, what is the current administration's first 100 in office done to your business? Has it been boosting your bottom line? When you look at your profit, do you have profit in the last 100 days in office of both the state and at the federal level? Do you have profit? When you look at your numbers, can you smile, or are you frowning? We're going to talk about that right after the break. So I had to take some time out to try to reach my guest. We're supposed to have a financial expert. That's the he was the former managing director of the River State Microfinance Agency and currently the president of the All African Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, Dr. Innocent Iyalla-Harry. But for some reason, we're not able to reach him. But we have our own Ignatius Chukwu, Mr. Ignatius Chukwu, to the rescue, and he just joins me now to look at the issue. Good afternoon, and thank you. You are right on time. Thank you so much for bailing out.
Thank you very much, my sister, and the good listeners, the few listeners who care about economy and figures.
Okay, so we're looking at the first 100 days in office, and we're looking to evaluate the economic impact of the current administration, both at the state and federal level. I mean, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Malam Mohammed Idris, reeled out some interesting achievements. Says that's what the administration has done in the last 100 days. Just a quick rundown, and he talks about the full subsidy removal, of course, and then the unifying of the multiple foreign exchange market, and then the rolling out of intervention programs to help cushion the negative impacts of the reforms. He also talks about interventions, that worked out minimum wage and salary increase, supporting states and local governments to, cater for the most vulnerable amongst us. They also talked about providing fertilizer to farmers, grains to households, cash transfers to people with low incomes, and then the plan to roll out the 11,000 CNG buses for affordable public transportation. In the last 100 days, this administration says they've been busy. Okay, in fact, that the president is in India because of the same reason, because he went with about 30 business owners to India in search of investors. And so, I just gave a quick rundown of all of the achievements that the current administration of Tinubu administration says they've done, and he's focused on economic recovery, basically. Do you agree with this, is my question? And when you also look at the Rivers State Governor's achievements, he talked about it early this morning on his state broadcast. He says the administration, amongst many things, is working towards providing funds for small and mid-sized enterprises. And I'm asking, is the current administration's first 100 days boosting or busting your bottom line? When you look at your net profit, is it a net profit or a net loss? Okay, is it a net profit or a net loss? That's been the question ever since. Now, I am just being told that Dr. Iyalla-Harry is on standby, so I'm just going to bring him up and let's have this round table now. Mr. Ignatius Chukwu, let's have him join the conversation and strengthen it as well as we all talk about this. What do you think, Dr. Mr. Ignatius Chukwu, why we have him join us?
Okay, now that another person is coming, I'm going to be fast, I'm going to be direct, so that the listener will not be confused.
Hello?
My understanding is that assessment of a young administration is difficult to say, to use the bottom line approach to say is positive or is negative. Because to most Nigerians, if you don't take time, if you want to use the impact to judge it, you will be saying it's negative. It will be tempting to say it's negative. But at my level and my way of understanding, dealing with economy over many years, I look at a young administration, I look at it from point of policy, not a point of benefit, because we ask for too much benefit. It confuses. A young administration, 100 years in office, what we should be looking at. The things the federal government read as they are activities. They are not achievements, they are activities. It is the activities that will lead to achievements. So, what I think I should be assessing any government, let me say federal, what are the policies? In 100 days, I will not be looking at the achievements. It's dangerous. I will be looking at policies and the recruitment. Policies and recruitment. 100 days, will be looking at setting, it will have been a period to state your tone, to say the type of administration you want to run, to recruit those who will run them. Are you putting round pegs in round holes or what? Who are you putting in various places? What are their pedigrees? What are their previous achievements in those areas? Are you recruiting corrupt people or decent people? That will give us an idea of where you are going to. Are we going to run a purely capitalist economy? Are we going to run a social economy? Or are we going to do a hybrid welfare system? So, in your first 100 days, you set your leg, let's understand where you are going to. Are you going towards privatization or nationalization? Are you deepening the privatization that has been going on from Babangida till now? Or are you reversing? These are the things. I see him going towards capitalism. I see the federal government going towards moving the economy to the private sector more and more. I see such policies coming on. So 100 days is set your standards, set your tone. If you ask me, Chairman, this is the time to announce subsidy removal. In 100 days, broadcast would have been the time now to announce subsidy removal. By then, what you are doing with CNG vehicle is not about federal government rolling out the vehicle. How have you mobilized the society, the vehicles and plants and generators to move to alternative energy, to move to CNG? It will be the mobilizing all of us. What is your step? What is your policy? How have you mobilized us? Do you announce policy before you mobilize us? Do you remove subsidy before you now look for how to cushion it? So we are saying, we have said it over the 100 years, only repeating this. We are saying that this is the right time. The broadcast this time will be to announce subsidy removal and announce all the components of that policy, what we should do in what situation, who will do what, who will solve what problem, what are the problems in research, how do you solve them? If food is going to be costly, how is CNG going to rescue us? So this time is we act before we think. I thought it would have been we think before we act. Then coming to the state, I cannot honestly say I have understood the economic direction of the government. We understand that it's a government of continuity, which means we should expect all the things that were happening before to happen. Fine, it can be good in the area of projects, but in the area of policy and the economy, we are still waiting. As we said, Obama won an American president said that recruiting for the next administration is usually difficult. Let no governor, let no president think that recruitment is a minor matter. Because often, are you recruiting those who help you to win elections, or do you recruit those who help you to win the administration? Because it's not always true that those who are very good in helping you to win elections, they may not be wonderful in policy crafting, policy communication, policy implementation. And therefore, the state government, has the state government finished its recruitment? Are we now ready to move on this route? Or is the recruitment still going on? So economic direction, what are the major economic policies that we are going to follow? So I am waiting, and I think I'm here to see it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ignatius Chukwu there. He's the regional editor of Business Day newspaper, a senior colleague there, and he came to the rescue when we were unable to reach our guest, the one I talked about. Yes, the president of the All African Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, Dr. Innocent Iyalla-Harry. He's joined us now, but I want to really say thank you, Mr. Ignatius, for your thoughts there and your insights there as well. So now, Dr. Iyalla-Harry, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, we before you joined us, we did a rundown of what's been going on in the business world, and then Mr. Ignatius just did a rundown of what he felt should have happened at the first 100 days in office of both the state administration and at the federal level. He believes it would have been a time to set the tone. He also believes it would have been a time to actually, announce this removal of subsidy that was done 100 days ago. And the question we're asking the person listening right now has been whether or not their numbers are adding up. Every business owner looking at their numbers right now, when you're done removing the running costs, when you're done removing, all of your expenses, and you have do you like what you have in front of you? Is it a net profit or a loss? That's what we've asked. And so thank you again for joining us. And I'm going to ask you what you think about what Mr. Chukwu just talked about.
Well, I don't have the privilege of knowing what Mr. Chukwu talked about, but I'm out here in Ethiopia attending a conference. So if you want me to give you my view of what I think, then I might be able to help. But I'm not party to what was in, and I'm not a government official to know what the government is doing. But as an independent observer, I can express my opinion.
Okay. Now, how do you think the first 100 days of this administration influenced the business environment for SMEs in Africa?
Well, in Nigeria, basically, the transition of government met with a lot of very harsh economic realities. Now, you had a cash crunch, which threw everything upside down. There was serious price hike in commodities, transportation and everything. We are experiencing a hyperinflation and a little bit of unrest, if you want to call it restiveness.
Okay.
And then, of course, you have the political uncertainty. There's hunger and poverty everywhere. So clearly, there's a disruption of the supply chain because you know how we get our food supply from various parts of the world, of the country. Now, that supply has been disrupted kind of because of the high cost of transportation. And there's high energy cost. So even if you decide to produce locally, the production cycle is interrupted because of the high energy cost. There's absolute difficulty in transportation. So even for commuters, you see a lot of people walking down the street, people who before this time would have jumped into a bus or something. And I'm sure the prices have gone up as well. That has occasioned a consummate drop in productivity and, of course, the production of goods and services. On the international front, we're experiencing a high exchange rate, more than we ever anticipated was going to happen. Today, the dollar trades at almost $1 to 1,000 naira in the black market. Naira has been devalued.
Okay.
And there's economic turbulence and uncertainty. This is certainly not a good time or environment for any business to thrive. Those are my thoughts, I would say.
Okay, now let's go to WhatsApp. We had asked earlier what it is the businesses have been experiencing in the first 100 days of this administration, and we've had some come in. We have a message here, and it says, "My numbers are not adding up. Fuel and data subscription are taking bulk of the money. Spent 15,000 naira on data in less than 2 weeks." And the person says it's wickedness. The telecoms are showing us Shege Banzai. He says 6 gig finished in 19 hours. The government, petrol marketers, and telecom companies are milking SMEs off. On net loss. This is a business owner, and he says it's not net profit. It has not been net profit, that it's been net loss. Now, at the state level, we have a message here from Peter Bright, chairman from Momuma. He says, "I'm yet to see the positive impact of this current administration." For the federal level, I'll say it's bursting. I mean, then here in the state rivers, a lot need to be done to cushion the economic hardship the poor masses are facing, especially on the aspect of youth mobilization, empowerment, and employment. Thank you, Peter Bright, for that message. And these are the realities for a lot of Nigerians and a lot of business owners. And we have another one that says, "What of the first news on abandoned project as part of things to commission?" I think you were trying to, I wish you made your point straight out here. It's not very clear. Yeah, you can send in your messages. 0809 030 6416 is the WhatsApp message, a WhatsApp number to call to send in your message, because I'm asking, how has it been for you in the last 100 days? What's your business scene? We've had someone sending a message, and he says he's seen her business, or I don't know, you didn't say your name, but your business is Sin Shege. Is that the same for you? What has it been for you? Have you been able to, weather the storm since the removal of subsidy? We have Dr. Innocent Iyalla-Harry joining us on telephone, and he's also giving an interesting breakdown of the reality for SMEs. Now, I'm going to open the phone lines. I'd like you to call me up and let me know what exactly your experience. How has the first 100 days of the current administration, both at the state and federal level, influenced your business? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. The number to call. I'd like to hear what your experience has been. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, are you a business owner? What's your number looking like?
Of course, this is not strange thing because already the inflation was going high under other presidents, and then now we had decision. Now, for me, the business way of editor, about this is the right time of announcing 100 days. I think it's wrong. The time is better now or then. It is after they have put in place the fundamental prerequisites, which are trying to push the effect. Subsidy, people definitely, it's the biggest fraud.
Okay.
The people who are over 12 million, before they have to watch some key the following country under that refinery, the guys of importing fuel. The most people doing the job of the man, so now, our biggest challenge, but at the federal level, what we say, if our university has not seen the how they are going. Now, the president is taking these decisions, which are good to some extent. But economy is for a consumer economy. So you make the economy buoyant in terms of living, in terms of goods and services, in terms of employment, in terms of revenue generation. You make our initiate, you activate the economy to become a consumer economy. How do you start? The needs, the wants, the demand of the people. This is the same fundamental economic factor that drives the around the world. China, that is the next big thing. India, that is the next big thing. Giving America for the economy. What are they doing? They are producing in terms of the needs, wants, the demand of the people, and then they send it to economies like Nigeria, they call it market or potential market. And we, because of the market, instead of using it, we are still dependent. As today, why are our refineries not working? As today, why is the power sector over 40 years? Why is the power sector just the state? About 6 million people. About 2 million people. Yet you have just no power supply. And so why do you like health business meetings? Not the commission, but the minister. It's for the solutions of the needs, the wants, the demand of people.
I hear you loud and clear. I have to let you go so that we can have other people.
To find a fundamental priority.
Okay.
Today,
okay, thank you so much for your time. Take one more call and then we'll get back to our guest. Hello, good afternoon.
I did to my sister.
Yes, you're welcome to Figures. Yes, are you a business owner? Are you adding up? Have they been adding up in the last 100 days?
We don't have on the side of them. We don't have on the Facebook. No business is not moving at all. You say, this is what they come. I don't know where they come to kill us or they come to pick us. We're just watching the way they're going. Because after 6 now, business is not moving. Not just one person. It's cut across. You don't need by chance. Business is by chance. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to talk and then when the device can do it. Maybe this is considered the way I'm going to see it. I'm going to more. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to talk to me. When the device is and if you want to talk about it, everything is linked. And now, right, nobody can do out the attention. Only one thing is trying to come. It's linked. That is the same thing. That is true. It's just for people to do.
Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing your thoughts there. I mean, hello. Okay, Dr. Iyalla-Harry, you're still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, did you hear the call and what they shared?
Not at all. I mean, I can hear your voice.
Oh. Anyways, I was going to ask you now, for the sake of every business owner listening right now, how should SMEs be adapting? I mean, you've seen beyond businesses in Nigeria, you've seen others in other parts of the country, Africa. How are SMEs adapting to new economic realities?
Well, it can be business as usual. For us to assist SMEs, let's look at the bigger picture. What can the government of the day or the country do for SMEs? SMEs before this time, like you would imagine, have to fund high borrowing cost of funds. And when you're paying money from institutions, be it private institutions or bigger institutions to run a business, and you're dealing with all kinds of costs, then clearly that's a disaster happening. So the SMEs need to go back to the drawing boards to ignite financial literacy, because a lot of it is not their numbers before they go into business. They just say, something is going on, everybody wants to be doing. Actually, the numbers to find out where your cash flow is going to come from the service, what the debtors you might have, and even the numbers of yourself, so that it adds up to give you what you might call profit, even though it's basically right now. So we need to look at holding hands together by SMEs to the cluster approach. The Indians have done very well in what they call industrial parks and industrial villages. People have common interest, they come together and share facilities like power and other things. That way, the numbers are spread amongst everybody. And of course, the government needs to revamp our infrastructure. I mean, the roads for transportation, the waterways. This might be time to look at the waterways in terms of transportation. How can we move goods services on the waterways if the roads are not going to be ready in the next few months or in the next few years? How can we make the waterways safe? This is difficult with the water because of militancy and everything. But if the waterways are safe, then we can have a competitive mode of transportation. And also look at finance should be made available at affordable cost for the SMEs. They should be able to lend money in single digit numbers, because that's only what they can make up. There should be some form of subsidy of the loans that they might need. Open our doors, once we get it right, we venture capitalists. Because really, a lot of SMEs outside this country don't let SMEs contribute to almost about 80% of the gross GDP of all the economies in Africa. And so locally, SMEs contribute about 65% of our GDP, almost 90% of employment. So it's not a place to ignore, because the jobs are gone. We have to teach our students who are graduating from universities what they can do for themselves, the way of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship was a center stage in our curriculum for the universities. So that's what my thoughts at the moment. Let's look at the productive sector. Mostly our youth and our women, because you see the SMEs are mostly covered by people and women.
So we need to empower them, train and retrain them in smart business methods and see how we can use technology also to prevent SMEs. I was privileged to be in Kenya some time ago and discovered how technology M-Pesa has driven a lot of rural businesses. Today, mobile money is coming in big time into the cash comes. So it's that we must sustain. That way, money is across borders without necessarily worry whether I'm not going to attack anybody. Those are my 29 jobs.
Okay, we have a question here on WhatsApp. We have Muriel asking, will you advise that SMEs cut down salaries of their employees? What do you think?
Well, that's reactionary, right? You see, there are two ways of running a business. You increase your sales or you cut your expenses. But see, it depends on the nature of business of an SME. For instance, you're producing something like staple. So this works smart, increase your revenue. And if you increase your revenue, then you can manage your cost. So, I mean, laying off workers might be a shotgun approach, but you only produce workers into criminals at the end of the day. But that's like you're saying, you must train people and retrain them. Whatever you do as an SME is relevant to the dictates of the economy. Food and beverages, for instance, a place for concentration. We are called out on laundry because nobody wants to talk about laundry when they're starving. So you have to reposition your businesses, just make sure that you're in the flow of things where you can increase revenue and then maybe retire your staff for now.
All right, thank you so much, the president of the All African Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, Dr. Innocent Iyalla-Harry there. Thank you for making time, and I hope that does you well, and thank you for being such a light shining for Nigeria across the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now we've been looking at the first 100 days in office for both the state and federal government, and a lot of business owners have called in, sent messages, and they've said a lot of things. One thing stands out that it's been a battle trying to survive. But then they're saying these things, and the governor today talked about all that he's done and all he's planning to do, and also at the federal level, the Ministry of Information really got some really interesting, achievements by his current administration, and they're both saying give time for all of these things to reflect in the way we do business. I hope people get to it. But before we go, really quickly, let me read messages on Facebook. Ukede Obamadu says, good afternoon, presenter. In the first 100 days of this administration, and see cow. He says, both my capital and profit I've used all my family. You don't even reach to buy fuel. And that is reality there. We also have Daniel Ogadim. The first 100 days in office, he's busting my bottom line. He says he's busting his bottom line. I'm going to leave you with this message. It sounds hopeful. Okay, please hold this. I think it's to the end of this one. And this is from Karen Macaulay, sending this in from Iwo Ama Nkoro. He says, I'm not going to be able to read everything, of course, but just the first few lines. You said, with the outcome so far, I think we can patiently give them benefits of the doubt. They will get it right for our collective flexibility. So many speaks afterwards, eulogizing the governor. But I leave with this message of hope to tell SMEs and business owners that, we're going to keep holding on. If we could do the last 100 days, we can do even 1,000 more days. And your business is going to survive and we're going to do well. Thank you so much for being a part of Figures today and helping me weather the storm of all the network issues I had today. All the same, it is a good show, isn't it? Do it again with me next week. Talking Figures is every Wednesday, 2 p.m. My name is Iyalla-Harry. Up next is Rivers Today. And afterwards, Hat Fast will be here to take you on that one. Thank you and see you next time.